honorable ministers here present, Shakitano, the President of the International Civil
Your Excellency, National Civil Aviation Day, 7 December, delegation of Nigeria.
Self-introduction by members of his delegation. This meeting with our Minister of Aviation.
And we have also the head. I want to first of all to celebrate this day here or to preside. I know that you are very busy in these days. And Nigeria is one of the most committed member states, one of the most engaged member states with ICAO. And not because we have with us also today the past president, Bernard Arnault. I've been so lucky to be his successor. And also other representatives from Nigeria. We had the President of Assembly in 2010, Mure. And we had also the representative of Muzanu that is with us and that now is bringing his experience in the Civil Aviation Authority in Nigeria. But we are also so lucky to have the Minister Sirika, and I had a pleasure to mention that he has been the minister breaking a record because he's been attending 3 times the assembly. That is not a very normal and a good opportunity, and hope that you will have the opportunity to come to the assembly more than this. We are here because Nigeria is graciously offered the hospitality of the very important event, international event, that is called ICANN. It's an event where member states get together in one place and the opportunity to exchange national agreements, bilateral services agreements, in order to enhance connectivity and the services worldwide. It's a good opportunity because we bring all them together and they can negotiate. You have to consider that in the number of meetings that we had over till now, this is the 14th edition, more than 4,000 agreements have been reached thanks to this event. So this is an opportunity for us to be here in order to have closer exchanges with civil aviation administrations, head of civil aviation administration of Nigeria, but also for this important event. I want to stress that given the close relationships between ICAO and Nigeria, we are so glad that we see that the roadmap that has been undertaken by Minister Siriga in the implementation of the civil aviation framework is progressing well. I underline very much the focus on training of education of new people. This is a country young, and you have a great opportunity to train, educate young people in the field of aviation. We perfectly know how relevant is international aviation for the social and development for development of countries. I quote Nigeria, one of the countries that had best understood and are directing the policies in this direction. This is welcome by ICAO, is a good way to implement ICAO policies and standards. And finally, let me underline that at the regional level, it's important to make progress in order to establish a single African transport market. Still, the implementation is progressing but slowly, so I take the opportunity to stress how important it is for this continent to implement a liberalized mechanism with the single African market. This will provide enhancement of connectivity, will provide more connectivity, more connection, lower fares normally based on previous experience of other regions, and will greatly contribute to the development of the continent. Our forecast is that this continent that currently is contributing to the worldwide air transport traffic with 4% will progress very quickly in next years with a double-digit of growth factor. That is a great opportunity for this continent in a context of a liberalized market to take benefit and progress. Civil aviation and developing countries are close together, and you can see as many countries have taken benefit of this. And with this, sorry if probably I've been too long, but I wish to thank you very much for your time, and it's a real pleasure to be here to see you today.
To warmly welcome you to the Federal Republic of Nigeria for the International Civil Aviation Organization Air Services Negotiation event in 2022, which we are hosting. Let me start by congratulating you for your re-election as President of the International Civil Aviation Organization Council for the second term, and I appreciate the support Nigeria has been enjoying under your leadership, which led to our re-election during the 41st session of the ICAO Assembly. Nigeria has been a member of the International Civil Aviation since 1962 and has continued to make valuable contribution to the International Civil Aviation Organization Council's work and its activities. This country has been playing a key role in supporting the implementation of International Civil Aviation Organization policies and programs internationally, particularly in the African region. To this end, Nigeria has ratified all international air law instruments like the Montreal Protocol and amendments to some articles of Chicago Convention. Nigeria is also championing the cause of aviation safety, security, and facilitation in Africa. I have recently signed into law a new Civil Aviation Act 2022. This is to reposition the industry to ensure continuous compliance with International Civil Aviation Organization standards and to meet the challenges of a dynamic and rapidly growing air transport sector. I have approved also the establishment of Aviation and Aerospace University in Abuja to cater for research and development in the sector as well as the managerial challenges. In this regard, Nigeria has already started receiving the support of the International Civil Aviation Organization and other member states like Qatar under No Country Left Behind initiative. Let me at this juncture recognize in the term Dr. Bernard Aliyu, the immediate first president of the International Civil Aviation Organization Council, Ms. Adefunke Adeyemi, the Secretary General of African Civil Aviation Commission, and also Captain Bob Hayes, the first Nigerian pilot. These are thoroughbred Nigerian professional aviators who have made and are still making Nigeria proud. Aviation industry in Nigeria is increasing by leaps and bounds, although it was impacted negatively by the coronavirus pandemic. I am, however, glad to state that our recovery is phenomenal. According to Airport Council International Post, COVID recovery of Nigeria's aviation is at 111% of pre-COVID members, making it the second highest in the world after Colombia at 100%. and 15%. I am also confident that the roadmap of Ministry of Aviation, superintended by Senator Hadi Sirika, is on course, and together with other reforms of this administration will be sustained to further enhance service delivery to Nigerians. To the sector under this administration has more than doubled. It became the fastest growing of our economy pre-COVID, according to National Bureau of Statistics. Passenger numbers were raised from 8 to 20 million. The 5 new airport terminals have added 50 million passengers to our capacity. All this within the time we are in government, namely 7.5 years. Our government has adopted a civil aviation policy which is centered on liberalization and public-private partnership initiative. To drive more benefits, we have designated our 4 airports as free trade zones. Abuja alone has 12,000 hectares of land available for investment in this opportunity. We will continue to make significant investments in the provision of aviation infrastructure and facilities for safe, secure, environmentally friendly, and sustainable economic development of international civil aviation. Our country will also keep supporting the ideals and aspirations of international civil aviation organization and the achievements of its strategic objectives in collaboration with other member states of the organization. I would like to assure you that Nigeria will continue to be committed to air transport liberalization and open skies. We have signed the pilot implementation of the single Africa air transport market in the spirit of AU Agenda 2063. It will be a formidable platform for the consolidation of pending bilateral and multilateral air service agreement, thus fulfilling the objectives of this great gathering for efficient and cost-effective negotiations. I thank you so much for your visit and hope you will enjoy the best of our cuisine and have a great time in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
States of Nigeria, all over 36 plus. This is symbolizes Nigeria because the court of art.
Yes.